Your blood is more than a biological fluid. It's a coded message. Flowing quietly through your veins is a unique blueprint that can reveal more about your energy, temperament, and path in life than most people ever imagine. It's not just red liquid. It carries traits, ancestral imprints, and tendencies passed down through generations. Among the many blood types, the O group is considered one of the oldest, most primal, and deeply rooted in human history. Those with O positive and O negative blood often carry a presence that feels ancient, like echoes of the first leaders, protectors, and warriors. Yet, there is a subtle but important difference between these two variations, a difference that shapes how they move through the world. If you've ever wondered what your blood might reveal about who you are at the deepest level, this exploration will open that door. O positive, the natural leader born to lead with charisma. People with O positive blood tend to radiate a presence that draws others in without effort. Their confidence is quiet, not loud, a natural ease that makes them both approachable and respected. When they enter a space, the atmosphere shifts. They don't have to fight for attention. It naturally finds them. Because of this leadership, roles often find them rather than the other way around. Colleagues, friends, and even strangers instinctively trust their judgment. It's in the way they speak with conviction, maintain eye contact without intimidation, and remain calm when situations grow tense. They are initiators, people who step forward when others hesitate. They lead by example, acting before asking others to act. Whether guiding a project at work, organizing a family matter, or managing a crisis, their ability to inspire trust sets them apart. Importantly, their influence doesn't come from a hunger for control, but from genuine care for those around them. They have a gift for recognizing potential in people, often encouraging others to see strengths they didn't know they had. This balance of confidence and connection makes them reliable anchors in both smooth and turbulent times. Energetic and physically resilient, Uno. Positive individuals often carry the physical imprint of their ancestors, the original hunters and gatherers. Their energy levels tend to be higher than average, allowing them to keep going when others tire. This stamina extends to both physical and mental endurance. They often perform well in demanding environments, whether that's long work hours, sports, or high-pressure problem-solving. Many seem naturally resistant to illness, bouncing back quickly when setbacks occur. Their active nature is not simply about fitness. It's about a deep instinct to act rather than wait. When faced with challenges, they prefer motion over hesitation, decisive steps over endless debate. This instinct has been shaped by generations of survival-driven ancestors. It's common for O positives to be drawn to active lifestyles, outdoor pursuits, and roles that require hands-on involvement. They are the ones who roll up their sleeves and engage fully. The same mindset that allows them to stay grounded and composed under stress. Emotionally steady and optimistic, there is a stabilizing quality to people with O positive blood. They bring a sense of calm into situations where emotions are running high. This isn't because they ignore reality, but because they choose to approach it with perspective. Even in moments of uncertainty, they think before reacting. This composure makes them the person others turn to when things feel chaotic. Their optimism is grounded, not naive. They believe solutions exist, even when the path forward is unclear. When difficulties arise, they recover quickly, refusing to dwell on negativity. Instead, they channel their energy into finding the next step forward. Their presence often helps others regulate their own emotions, making them dependable friends, partners, and colleagues. Adaptable and open to change, another defining strength, is adaptability. O-positive individuals adjust quickly to new environments and challenges, whether facing personal changes, career shifts, or cultural differences. They can flow with circumstances while staying true to themselves. They view change not as a disruption, but as an opportunity. Instead of resisting the unfamiliar, they often approach it with curiosity. This flexibility makes them valuable in dynamic workplaces and diverse social groups. Their openness allows them to connect easily with people from all walks of life. Over the course of their lives, many reinvent themselves multiple times, each transformation embraced with enthusiasm rather than fear. Practical problem solvers when a problem arises. O-positives rarely waste time in blame or excessive analysis. They think in straight lines, moving from the problem to the solution as efficiently as possible. They're at their best in crisis situations where swift, decisive action matters. While others may get lost in emotional reactions, they remain focused on what needs to be done. This doesn't mean they lack depth. Rather, they prioritize results over endless discussion. Their ability to cut through confusion makes them the ones people call when things are falling apart. They don't just talk about fixing things, they fix them. O-negative, the rare and mysterious and uncommon energy people with O-negative blood make up a small fraction of the world's population, and their rarity is reflected in more than just biology. There's something in their presence, a quiet, magnetic quality that others notice without being able to explain. They often grow up sensing they are different. This doesn't isolate them, it makes them distinct. Their energy doesn't demand attention, but draws it naturally. They carry an inner stillness that can ground a room, holding the center without saying much at all. Many have heightened instincts, a sharp awareness of the subtle currents in their surroundings, whether or not they engage in spiritual practices. There's often a depth in them that feels ancient, highly intuitive, and perceptive. O-negative individuals excel in reading between the lines. They notice tone changes, fleeting expressions, and unspoken emotions with ease. Their intuition often warns them of truths that logic hasn't yet revealed. This skill allows them to navigate complex social dynamics and sense the emotional state of those around them. The downside is that they can absorb the tension of their environment, sometimes needing solitude to restore balance. People often confide in them without knowing why, sensing they will be truly understood. This capacity to feel what others feel is independent thinkers. The lone wolf spirit. Many O-negative individuals naturally embody the role of the lone wolf. This doesn't stem from dislike for people, but from an inner world so full and self-sustaining that they don't need constant interaction to feel complete. They tend to avoid shallow chatter and are more interested in meaningful exchanges. Silence is not uncomfortable for them. It's a space for clarity and creativity. They are often the ones who sit back, observe, and analyze while others rush to speak. This independence is rooted in a refusal to conform simply for acceptance. They challenge assumptions, question outdated norms, and resist authority when it feels unjust. This is not rebellion for attention. It's a deep alignment with their principles. Even in collaborative spaces, they maintain strong personal boundaries. They don't depend on external validation to confirm their worth. They will walk alone if their values demand it, often carving out entirely new paths rather than following existing ones. Because of this, they tend to influence change subtly, but powerfully. They lead revolutions quietly, through consistent action and unwavering vision, rather than loud proclamations. To some, their self-sufficiency might look like detachment, but in reality, it is a profound strength, the ability to stand apart, without feeling lost. Protective and selective with trust. O-negative people are deeply protective, but not of everyone. Their loyalty is reserved for the few who have earned it, and once given, it is unshakable. They approach relationships carefully, often observing from a distance before opening up. Trust, to them, is sacred. Once broken, it is rarely rebuilt. This makes their inner circle small but precious. When they do commit, their protection is unwavering. They will stand as a shield against harm, whether the threat is physical, emotional, or situational. They don't need to announce their loyalty. They show it through consistent presence, quiet action, and steadfast support. They are not easily swayed by gossip or temporary emotions. If you are under their care, you can count on them in times of crisis without question. Yet, the same depth that makes their loyalty so powerful also means betrayal cuts deeply. Their protective nature combined with selectiveness creates bonds that are rare and lasting. For those inside their circle, it feels like having a fortress at your side, solid, unshakable, and committed. Old souls with a sense of purpose. Many O-negatives describe feeling different from an early age, as though they were out of step with the modern world. This is more than just personality. It's often tied to a sense of carrying something ancient within them. They tend to view life through a wider lens, seeking meaning beyond material success or societal expectations. This might manifest as a calling to heal, to guide, to protect, or to create something of lasting value. Such purpose often leads them to paths that aren't always easy or widely understood. They question, explore, and dive into areas others overlook. Their focus is rarely on short-term gains. Instead, they consider the deeper impact of their actions on both themselves and the world. Even when their journey feels lonely, this inner compass drives them forward. They know that they are part of something larger, a story that began long before them and will continue long after. Reflections on O-positive and O-negative strengths though. They share the same O-group heritage. The positive and negative variations often express that heritage in different ways. O-positives tend to be outwardly dynamic movers, initiators, and connectors who thrive in leading and energizing groups. Their strength is visible, action-oriented, and often centered around uniting people for a common purpose. O-negatives, by contrast, embody a quieter power. They are observers, guardians, and visionaries who influence through depth, insight, and steadfast commitment rather than overt display. Their strength is subtle but deeply felt, often transforming those they connect with on a personal level. Both types carry endurance, resilience, and leadership qualities, but each manifests them in ways that fit their unique energy signature. O-positives lead the charge. O-negatives anchor the foundation. Lessons from the O bloodline, whether positive or negative. Those with O blood carry a heritage tied to survival, adaptability, and influence. The ancient hunter-gatherer spirit is still present, manifesting in their instinct to protect, to move forward, and to endure. Trust your instincts. Both O-positive and O-negative individuals are deeply intuitive in their own ways. O-positives act swiftly on gut feelings in the moment, while O-negatives often sense patterns and emotional truths before they are spoken. Trusting these instincts can be a powerful guide through life's uncertainties. Value selective relationships. One of the strengths shared by both is discernment in relationships. They do not give loyalty freely, but when they do, it's complete. This approach ensures that their time and energy are invested in connections that truly matter. Stay grounded in change. Adaptability is another hallmark. O-positives flow with external change, adjusting their actions to meet new circumstances. O-negatives adapt internally, shifting perspective to maintain their stability. Both approaches are vital in a world that changes rapidly. Balance. Action with reflection. O-positives can learn from the O-negatives' tendency to pause and reflect before acting, while O-negatives can benefit from the O-positives' readiness to step forward quickly. Together, these traits create a balanced approach to challenges. Remember your heritage. The strengths of O-blood are not accidental. They are part of a lineage that has endured through countless challenges in human history. Honoring that heritage means living with purpose, courage, and a willingness to protect and uplift others. Why this understanding matters. Knowing the patterns and tendencies connected to your blood type isn't about putting yourself into a rigid category. It's about recognizing strengths you may have overlooked and using them consciously. If you are O-positive, you might recognize your ability to lead, to energize, and to inspire through action. If you are O negative, you may see the quiet influence you have through insight, loyalty, and vision. In both cases, the key is to use these gifts wisely, not to dominate or withdraw, but to engage with the world in ways that align with your deeper nature. By embracing these qualities, you tap into a current that has been flowing through human history for thousands of years. You are not just an individual in the present moment, you are part of a legacy, living your bloodline's potential. The purpose of exploring the traits linked to O positive and O negative blood isn't to place limits on who you are. Instead, it's an invitation to recognize the strengths you carry, refine them, and direct them with intention. When you understand the patterns within your nature, you can use them as tools rather than letting them run unconsciously. You can shape your instincts into purposeful actions and turn inherited tendencies into conscious strengths. For O positive individuals, your charisma, action-oriented spirit, and ability to unite people are your greatest assets. You can enter a space and shift its energy without effort. Use that gift to create environments where people feel safe to contribute their best. Remember, your confidence inspires others, but it's your connection that makes them trust you. It's easy for someone with your drive to take on too much. Pace yourself. Even a leader needs moments to step back, assess, and recharge. Your physical energy is high, but protecting it ensures you can sustain your influence for the long term. For O negative individuals, your depth, insight, and rare sense of loyalty make you a steady force in a world full of noise. Use your intuition not just to protect yourself, but to guide others toward clarity. You have the ability to see beyond the surface. This is a gift, but it also requires boundaries so you don't absorb more than you can carry. Solitude is your sanctuary, but don't let it become a wall. The world benefits when you're quiet. Wisdom is shared, even in small, deliberate ways. Challenges to watch for. Even the most powerful traits can work against you if they are not balanced. O positive pitfall. The same confidence that draws people to you can, if unchecked, turn into overextension or impatience with those who move at a different pace. Remember that true leadership adapts to the needs of the group, not just the speed of the leader. Negative pitfall. Your independence can sometimes appear as distance, making it hard for others to know how much you value them. Let people in enough to see your loyalty. They will meet your care with trust, cultivating your strengths. Practice conscious leadership for O positives. This means leading without overshadowing, inspiring without overpowering. For O negatives, it means stepping forward when your insight could change the outcome, even if it's outside your comfort zone. Protect your energy, physical stamina for O positives and emotional energy for O negatives are both finite. Recognizing when to rest ensures your strengths remain sharp. Strengthen emotional balance. Both types benefit from practices that center the mind. Meditation, physical training, time in nature, or creative work. Balance isn't just recovery, it's preparation for the next challenge. Stay connected to your purpose. Purpose keeps strengths aligned and prevents them from scattering. For O positives, this might mean ensuring every project you take on supports your values. For O negatives, it might mean focusing your insight and care on causes or people that truly matter to you. The shared warrior spirit, despite their differences. O positives and O negatives share a warrior lineage. This doesn't necessarily mean battle in the literal sense. It's about standing for something, protecting what matters, and moving forward when others stop. The warrior spirit is action in the face of fear, endurance in the face of difficulty, and clarity in the face of confusion. It's a thread running through your bloodline that can be woven into modern life, whether in leading a team, protecting a loved one, or fighting for a cause. Bringing it into the present. It's tempting to think of these traits as fixed, something you have simply because of your blood type. But in reality, they are seeds. Whether they grow strong or remain dormant depends on how you live. O positives must decide whether their leadership will be a force for unity or control. O negatives must choose whether their independence will be a strength that inspires or a shield that isolates. You are the gardener of your own potential. The soil has been prepared by history, but the cultivation is up to you. Ancestral echoes. Imagine the first humans who carried O blood, navigating wild landscapes, protecting their families, seeking food and shelter. Their instincts kept them alive. Their resilience allowed them to adapt, and their sense of loyalty bound their groups together. Those same instincts still exist within you. The world has changed, but the qualities that ensured survival then can ensure success and fulfillment now. When you feel your heart quicken in moments of challenge, when you sense the truth before it's spoken, when you step forward to protect someone without thinking, these are echoes of those who came before. Honoring the legacy. To honor your bloodline's legacy is not about nostalgia or living in the past. It's about taking the strengths you've inherited and applying them to the needs of today. For O positives, that might mean using your charisma to rally people for a common cause, or your stamina to see projects through against all odds. For O negatives, it might mean using your insight to guide others through uncertainty, or your loyalty to protect those who cannot protect themselves. In both cases, honoring the legacy means living in a way that leaves the world better than you found it. A closing reflection. Your blood is not just a medical detail. It's a quiet signature of resilience, adaptability, and influence. O positive or O negative, you are part of a lineage that has shaped history, survived challenges, and carried forward strengths that the modern world still needs. The question is not whether you have these qualities. You do. The question is whether you will use them. Every decision, every interaction, every stand you take is an opportunity to live your potential. You can choose to move through life unconsciously, or you can choose to embody the leader, the protector, the visionary that your heritage has prepared you to be. And when you do, you are not only living for yourself, you are continuing a story written in the veins of those who came before you, and in the hearts of those who will come after.